All right, here. So game number 3. And again, I'm just surprised to see MBL's got polls. So the way the Civ draft works in this tourney is you have a bunch of that's definitely not it, Mr. Potato. You just have a bunch of bans before the selection process. And so that was the first time I'd seen Bohemians. This is the first time I've seen polls, because usually those civs are banned out. So I guess with that random process, we actually had quite a few civilizations that were, I guess, poor on Arena or mid-tier on Arena banned. And then some of those stronger picks were available. Actually, for the sake of content, because we have the time, I want to look at this draft real quick. Okay. So you see what I mean, right? Like Burgundians was out. For example, there's all the globals. MBL won the previous game there. I guess this is how we're kind of looking at it here. What am I missing on this side? Chinese apparently had lost for MBL. So it's just interesting to see Bohemians polls number 1 and number 2. But Malay and Teutons and then Malians all very strong there. So I guess it is making more sense now that I look at it that way. But yeah, polls. You have to play them in a very specific way to take advantage of their bonuses. Farms around your full works. So if you could get that done, which you can do easily on Arena, you're getting a lot of food income. And then when you're mining stone, you're also receiving some gold income. They've got very cheap units. They do have strong units, but they're not unstoppable strong units. Nothing that has extreme HP to it. So it's more about numbers for the polls. And then, of course, as always on Arena, timings. Especially because these guys feel kind of close together here. Timings on the front would be nice. I think I feel like the Malians are really good for timings because their university upgrades are faster. So bombard cannon timing, for example, can be really nice. Chemistry for gunpowder, whatever else. And all the Malian buildings are discounted on wood. So that just adds up, and that's a nice little bonus throughout the whole game. Hello, Mr. Potato. Mr. Potato, you linked a Google search, which must have like 50 characters, and it's just pigs. And now you're saying, hey, T90, you're missed a lot, man. You used to cast a lot more. Now I rarely see you. I'm here all the time. I don't know if you're being serious because of the pig comment before. Or maybe it was an accidental copy-paste thing. But, I mean, I screwed up my mic earlier, so I missed the first game of this series. I'll be casting a lot of Masters of Arena. I've just been busy. Okay, so MBL's going feudal. So this is going to be a feudal boom into full work farms. Not a bad strategy, but not something you see all the time. This used to be a lot more common with civs like Malay, which we could maybe see from Lucky Rocks in the series. And Slavs as well. Malay don't have a farming bonus, but it's just the fact that they spend so little time advancing to the next stage that makes that quite strong. If I recall, you could still be sub 15-minute castle time, or maybe just after 15 minutes off of a feudal age boom. But this is more of a standard approach from Lucky Rock. I got you, Mr. Potato. Well, we covered the last week and a half King of the Desert. I've been playing in tourneys and doing a lot of different things. I still did cast a lot the last month and a half, but I didn't cast as much as maybe you're hoping for, so there will be more. So keep an eye out. But it's going to be like 4 to 5 hours of casting and then maybe 3 to 4 hours of other things. So there will be times you show up here and I'm doing other things. But just pay attention to the Discord, pay attention to the schedule, and we'll have lots going on here. So, okay, MBL, adding his farms. 10% of the farm's food comes in after you build the farm. Is this even good? What do you guys think? Like, you're not even taking the berries. Like, sure, yay, food boost, but like, I don't know if this is better than just a standard fast castle. Keep in mind, it is a 9-villager start. So that does affect the timings on certain things. I said 4 to 5 hours. Thank you. Lucky Rocks making a barracks. I don't know what it is, man, but the building placements from people today have been tilting me. Why are we making a barracks so close to your eco? You're gonna boom. We all know it. You've got flexible economy. What if you want a town center over here? There's a stable. There's a market. So again, Lucky Rocks opts for the market, which I like because we're not usually seeing blacksmith upgrades on the light. MBL's going to head to stone. There's no way MBL's tested this, knowing him, right? But he's playing by feel. He's going to head to stone, which will bring in some gold income over time. I think what could happen here, he's going to have a lot of food when he makes it to castle. And he's going to have a lot of stone because of this buildup. And so this might be interesting. He might actually go into... Instead of it being more of a standard approach where you have a good castle time to add economy, it might actually be map control with spears and scouts into a forward castle. I honestly think it makes sense if you look at it that way. Going to be pretty late to castle age compared to his opponent. And that gold's going to take time. It used to be 50% of the stone you bring in is also gold. It's now 33%. It definitely takes a bit more time. Food count is steadily rising for MBL. Lucky Rocks making scouts. After meeting T90 in person and having mostly normal human interactions with him, the key word there from Dux is mostly. I feel just a little silly trying to troll him all the time. You're all good. I mean, it just gives you, if anything, gives you more freedom too. That was a good time, man. It was like weird how, it's not weird, but it's cool like how normal it was. Like we all kind of knew each other. Like obviously you got to hear me speak. I watched your City Skyline streams back when you did those, but for many of the mods, I'd never heard them speak, right? Didn't know what they looked like or anything like that, but you guys kind of know me. Kinda. It's, you know, it's a little bit different, but yeah, it just, I don't know, it just kind of felt normal, you know? I loved how, so for those that don't know, I did a mod meetup. So there were 6 of us, me included. And so it was, for those that know the mods, you have Dux, you have Blue Pill, Stalker, Azure. And I missed anybody? Oh, and Willis, of course. I think that's everybody. And anyways, I loved how Blue Pill and Dux would enjoy making the, you know, the streamer jokes, right? Or the stream chat jokes. So if there was ever a 69, it'd be nice, you know. Blue Pill made a bunch of age jokes. I loved it. There were lots of like, I can't think of any age-related jokes right now. Age of Empires, obviously, but yeah. So again, MBL's timing here, this is a 9-villager start. It doesn't excite me, but in the event that he can mass more army than his opponent and then drop like forward castle, I think it could be really cool. So that to me seems to be his plan. He will have to do some interesting things. Like he's not going to want to drop a castle with 5 villagers. So he might need to pull more vills. He's also kind of in a spot where he could drop the second town center. But he's going for forging now, and he's definitely going to have more scouts than Lucky Rocks. Lucky Rocks will have more villagers. Let's look at the res collected. I imagine polls are higher now. And polls absolutely are higher. I mean, it's 2 resources for 1 with the stone gold situation. Plus those farm boosts. Lucky Rocks notice? I think he knows MBL's got scouts, right? Sees the scouts now. He is able to get 1 relic already, and is dropping the 3rd town center now. MBL gets Light Cav, he drops a monastery, he's even adding spearmen. Oh, look at this monk, dude. Look at this sneaky monk. No Light Cav upgrade for Lucky Rocks, opting for villagers and eco upgrades, which is completely fine. MBL's going to drop a siege workshop. Is he going to siege tower into his opponent's base? It's going to be rammed, right? Look at this sneaky little monk. Sneaking along. MBL did get our first kill of the game there on a scout. MBL still hasn't dropped the second town center. This is a unique one, guys. Definitely going to be a forward castle, but the longer he waits, the more eco his opponent gets. Let's see. When MBL noticed this, he's never going to expect that there's a monk sneaking that way. Did he pick up on this? No, he's just focused on these scouts. MBL even sold stone now. I'm so confused. Oh, man. Well, from what I hear, there's nothing wrong with my mic now, but my mic wasn't working before. Unless people are lying to me here, my mic is completely fine. Yeah, MBL remembers now there was a relic over there. Doesn't see the monk. Very well played from Lucky Rocks. Him seeing the siege would be really valuable here. He just saw the Mangonel rocks if he was paying attention. MBL's invested so much more into map control. And he has to be careful here because the monk could always convert over the side. MBL's bringing the villagers. Here we go. Let me check res collected now. Okay, so Lucky Rocks is just caught up. I mean, that's pretty crazy. But there's a lot more villagers, right? So it's going to catch up for sure. That castle's going up. There's no stopping it. And the panic that is going to ensue from this is going to be wild. This is not going to be easy for Lucky Rocks. Lucky Rocks is thinking, oh boy, what do I do now? And this is a bit of an off-meta play with the poles, right? But it does play towards their strength, so I like it for that reason. I like this from Rocks as well. Sees the monks. Look at the micro. That's so good. Able to kill those monks, prevent MBL from getting the relics. Okay, so I think you need wall. I think you need to abandon your stone at some point here soon, okay? Keep MBL running with these, ideally. Uh-oh. Okay, that could be a problem. You abandon the stone. You try and go imp into some army, but also some siege in the form of bombard cannons to pressure this castle. That's the way you play this. MBL forward town center right now. Hey, Daniel, it's possible the mic is a little bit off because, like I said, I did spill water in my mixer. I probably shouldn't be doing stuff right now with it, but I am, so as long as it's at an acceptable level where you can, I don't know, tell it's me, I'm happy. University behind. Food counts get pretty good. Bill counts also really good for Lucky Rocks. Now this this siege behind the walls is really nice here. MBL will not really be able to follow this up with anything but his own siege. But he's going to get the relics. I think I'd prefer Lucky Rocks' position. And let's check res collected now. Okay, now you're really seeing the villagers kick in. And Imperial Age will come in as well. Lucky Rocks is not the favorite in this series. MBL is the favorite. MBL is the bigger name. Lucky Rocks is a young, up-and-coming talent. Typically plays a lot of Arabia, similar to MBL. Just the timings on everything Rocks is doing just seems very well thought out. Like, sometimes you look at a player who's under pressure and certain things are incorrect, but, like, even this, not bad. Now, obviously, if you let MBL through here, you have big problems. Wonder if he's going to go camels, because he sees light cab, but, like, honestly, really think about it, like, I would absolutely go camels, because I'm seeing cav and I'm up against poles. I think you could just go for your own knights if you realize that you're just going to overwhelm your opponent in numbers. He's not actually done anything just yet. We will see chemistry right away, so we can make bomber cannons. Even researching things in the forward stable. MBL dropping another town center. He's on the way to imp. Crazy game here. This is really cool one. My mixer's hydrated? Yeah, for sure. Camels are going to be on the way. No stone income for Lucky Rocks. We'll definitely need to branch out and fix that problem at some point here. And let's see if MBL can kill a villager finally. Nope, still can't. And Lucky Rocks is creating a camel there and realizes the mistake. Cancels it. The 1 relic versus 3. I imagine it's going to be 4 for MBL any moment because he's got a monk all the way back. Oh, no, it's actually the relics right there. And chemistry's clicked immediately. So this research is so fast for the Malians. Only thing I'll say is I would like to see double siege workshop. Oh, no, he does have double siege workshop. This is really good. So thank you, Jorn, for the stars. Never pet a burning dog. Okay, good tip. Thank you. Very random. I'm not going to ask any questions. Okie dokie. Is MBL going to try and hold this position, or is he going to feel as though he can't and give it up? He clearly expects bombard cannons because he's going for block printing. And he's going to drop monasteries for more monks here. God, Olvakar's so loud. It's so freaking loud. That's all I hear. I think MBL got redemption. I don't even know if holds get redemption. I'm pretty sure they do. And we are going to have gunpowder and camels for Lucky Rocks. MBL able to make a trebuchet now. There's redemption now from him. Okay. Guys, this has been a unique game. MBL basically took map control at the expense of his eco, but with this civilization where typically you give up map control so you can focus on your eco. Honestly, I think it kind of evens out in many ways. Because MBL, look at all the resources MBL's been able to deny, and now he's got the relics. Lucky Rocks has kind of hid this army back here. Look at this. This is really freaking cool. MBL wants to see what his opponent's going to make. He's the hand cannons. He knows about that. He's the camels. MBL not really committed to Cav at this point. Happy to snipe some siege with this. But ultimately needs to get his monk micro ready. And his monk micro is incredible. He's doubling down here. He's dropping another castle. So heavy camel. No Farimba upgrade because you need a castle for that. And MBL, he converts 1! He's going to convert 2! Lucky Rocks didn't expect it. He didn't realize that was what MBL was going for. It's crazy. MBL still, though, with some work to do. Oh, and it's so tricky now because you've got double castle fire from MBL that you could run into anytime you try and snipe a monk. And then MBL can go whoop out of the castle, whoop into the castle. Just wait for it. He's just going to eject and try and convert these bad boys. It's not going to take long. But he's not looking at his Olok right now. Hey, guys, what do you do if you're Polish and you forget what strips armor? You forget that basic knowledge. What do? You go read a book. Get it? Read a book. 2 bombard cannon conversions. Oh, man. Again, MBL's monks. Yeesh, man. I mean, this is getting frustrating now, I'm sure. Because you had the timing, or so you thought. And he's going to run out of gold here eventually. Now, he is dropping this TC. Really nice. MBL had a knight standing next to this gold. And MBL, I guess, had killed a Vil, but Lucky Rocks kind of just let it die over on the side in order to distract. I would, at this point, be worried that I'm never going to be able to push these castles. See how easy it is for that castle fire to snipe units? Lucky Rocks looks away for a second, and then there's problems. MBL noticed that these camels have escaped. And, I mean, camel counterattack is not high up on the list of things that MBL is terrified of here. That's for sure. So, run away. But sometimes you want to, distract and, they're stripping your armor. They're converting your camels. MBL's monk control is insane. MBL also has his own bomber cannons to make matters even more difficult. And I think MBL's going to win this game. As this goes, he's got full map control with 4 relics. But, I mean, look at all the stone and gold he's able to take. He's going to switch into archers, too, which seems like a great unit choice. Poles do get Arbalest. And this is really nice. to be able to get a bit more gold. I think maybe you need some trebs as well, like 2 to 3 trebs with your cannons. Then you could maybe make it happen. MBL castle dropped without loot. That's how confident he just researched loot. Stone mining also available here is not bad. This is an amazing game. Hope commentary's done it justice. I hope you didn't leave after the book joke. Kind of weird for me to make jokes about reading books because I don't really do much of it. Even though I'd like to get back into it. Can you believe this, guys? I was actually the kid who used to get yelled at by my English teacher for reading during class. Me. Yes, T90 official. I would be reading books during English class, but it wasn't like, you know, it was fictional novel that I was really into. And I get in trouble for it, naturally, because I wasn't paying attention. Me! Not kidding. Alright, hand cannons. Light cav. Did we get Farimba yet? No Farimba. Farimba's worth splurging for at this point. Because you want to have your units be as effective as possible. I guess he doesn't have many camels, though. Lack of camels is a real concern. Monk just gets shot in the face with a cannonball. And it's just Lucky Rocks trying to build up for one big snowball push. But again, if you're going to do that, you need Farimba. And there's Farimba. I'm okay without getting Iron Casting. That's just an extra +1 attack at this point. But Farimba's +5. So that's worth it. I'm surprised MBL didn't try and do anything about this. A castle drop here would have made a lot of sense. Feels Monk is venturing pretty far in there. Oh, 200 pop for Lucky Rocks. This is nuts. Look at MBL. Like, he's got Lucky Rocks surrounded pretty much. Both players getting upgrades. Upgrades for Monks and Siege and Infantry for MBL. Doesn't have a lead Obok, though. And those Light Cav and those Camels are going to be fairly strong. If the Light Cav can kill the Monks, I think it can be a better engagement for Lucky Rocks. That's the key. But we know the Monks are just going to convert these cannons. Book smart T90? No, I'm not book smart at all. But I did read books during English class and get in trouble for it. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. How many cannons will get converted this time? Holy, dude. He's lucky it wasn't worse. I'm surprised he's been able to retreat with so many. The Monks are still trying to convert. And there's an army there. It's very hard for me to see. And now I see there's no Monks converting the Bombard Cannon. But the Obok stripped the armor. Well, hold on a moment. It's still pretty close engagement. Arbalests are better than the hand cannons. Straight up engagement. You got just more firing speed. More potential for damage output there. Bombard Cannons have to roll away with their little legs. And MBL's held. Not completely, right? He's holding. Remember, does have more resource control, so he's not at the limit. It feels like he can add more of his unique unit. Feels like he can always add more arbs. And yet now he has held. We'll see if he gets the Trebs. The Trebs might actually be able to make it away last second. Okay. Man, how do you break this guy through Lucky Rocks? Okay. MBL, he feels like he's won this game. It's a tournament, right? He wants to send a message. And it's a risky message to send. He wants to go for the castle wall. He's 1 castle. 2 castles. 3 castles. Can I get a 4th castle, MBL? The castle wall. Let's go. He could throw the game. Like, if he loses all 4 of these castles, he might not have any stone remaining, and who knows what could happen from here, but it also could send a message. Get out of my game, fool. Get out of my game. 1, 2, 3, 4 castles. He's got arms sitting between them. He doesn't have... But no, he does have monks to still convert these cannons. Ay. In a tournament, MBL? Are you kidding me? It's a risk, dude. Before anyone says that's disrespectful. No, it's not, dude. It's literally, he's giving his opponent a chance to win. It's risky, but he doesn't care. He's trying to send a message. There's absolutely a display, some level of dominant display here. He's now lost 2 castles. Ay, MBL. I mean, I think you're ahead, and because you're monk control as he converts 2 more cannons, I think you can get away with this. But this might ignite a flame under Lucky Rocks, and Lucky Rocks might want to win the next game because of it. What a unique game, though. Holy crap. I really hope I don't sound like I'm underwater because I spilled water on my mic. That game was so cool. I do think it's fair to say that polls are polls. Polls are strong, right? And in this particular tournament, you're not going to see them played as frequently. And anytime you do see them played, I think they're going to be favored. The farming, the stone mining bonus, just the way they play out, their unit options, right? MBL went Cav, he went for unique unit, he went for ranged units, he went for monks and his own seats. Like, that combination not a lot of civilizations have. But it was a really good game, and I think that MBL had to work really hard to hold Lucky Rocks off. I think what we really saw is how good he is with monks. Anytime there was a threat that bomber cannons could take out his castles, MBL had the monks prepared. I think he's the best controller of monks in the game. He did actually, he was ahead in food, he was ahead in gold, he was ahead in stone. Way behind in wood, not that that really mattered. Lucky Rocks actually collected more resources in the game, but in this series, in Masters of Arena, MBL's now up 2-1 after winning 2 straight. Great game, though. I just wonder, like, normally I would say you try a counterattack, but it's hard to do a counterattack on Arena. And MBL had such good vision. When the camels came out, MBL knew about it. So I think you just have to maybe have light cav earlier. Just have more units, right? Because in this game, MBL, how many conversions did he get? MBL got 14 conversions. I want to say 8 to 10 of those are probably bombard cannons, which is 225 wood and 225 gold apiece. I think maybe if you mass like 8 bomber cannons originally, which is a little abnormal in most situations, but you mass it, surprise MBL with it, maybe he converts 2, like it happened many times, but then you still have 6 remaining to take out those castles. But a fun game. Hope people enjoyed it. There will be more games in this series. If you see this on the main YouTube channel, the whole series will be on the extras channel. Check the description, and it'll all be there. Cool.